Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Wednesday Night Shooting. I am Tanya Rogers here with the Cage Side Seats former SmackDown Live reviewer, Andrew M. Swift. Yay!
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sunday, which was WWE Battleground, that was actually the last show you reviewed for the brand.
For the brand, yep.
Yeah, so we're going to get into that show just a teensy tiny bit. And let's talk about the good thing, which was
Tag match.
the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. And Kofi Kingston actually made history without WWE making a big deal about it. He is the only person to win the WWE Tag Team, World Tag Team, Raw Tag Team, and SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The only one. So, and he's like a surefire Hall of Famer. And it was also um, Xavier Woods' first time actually being in the match, right? When they won the titles.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
So
was in. I don't know if you watched, but they did a really awesome Fallout promo.
I did.
after
I did
that.
see that.
That
Yeah.
was tremendous. If y'all haven't seen that, go back and find the New Day's Fallout promo from Battleground because it's a heartfelt. It's funny. You know, it has a point. It's those guys on top of their game, and a lot of people kind of tired of them maybe a little bit. I don't quite get it because I still think they're kind of killing it. I mean, they're hit and miss sometimes with their stuff, but I feel like they're still an extremely entertaining act. And on Sunday they even did it huge in the ring. I might go back.
Oh, that.
Match
Yeah, that was a classic tag team match, and I think someone on commentary said it maybe that those were like the top two premier teams of like this new era that the WWE is in, and they really are. They're just. It was great, and I wasn't tired of their feud because after the rap battle, it was kind of nothing.
Yeah, I wanted more, right?
Yeah, and this past week, it was like they continued it by New Day was supposed to celebrate their win, and the Usos attacked them during their entrance. Like Big E didn't even get out his little spiel, before their music start, and they were dragging Kofi, and it was getting uncomfortable. It was like a mugging almost. It was so like the Usos are not for the fun and games anymore. Like it was cool when they were the champions and they were rapping, but they done lost their belt and they've gotten vicious. I was like, hell yeah. Where's Roman with the ambulance? God damn it.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, man, they're all kind of that whole little crew is getting on the edge a little bit there.
Oh God, when those three finally link up again, it's wow. It just yeah, that's really what I really want from any other shakeup is really for Roman to join his cousins. I don't care which show it's on. But yeah, I didn't get to see the pre-show. Like I almost forgot Battleground was happening, and then it was like 7:05, and I was like, oh shit, I might want to watch this, but like I could have like outside of that match, I could have skipped the rest of the show. Uh, yeah. Let's talk about the women's match, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, what is going on with Lana and Tamina, and why does WWE think we're interested in this?
I have no idea whatsoever. I don't know. I apparently so like they lost the tag match to Tea Time, and then like Tamina walked out on her or kind of walked out on her or something like that. I didn't see it, but that's my impression of it. And the whole thing is just weird because those two have been like the narrative focus of the division for like I don't know, a month and a half now, and those two are by far your weakest performers in the division. So it's very, very strange.
It's odd and Of course, Becky she looked nice in the match, but I think Charlotte really shined the most. And then they have Natalya
Wait,
win.
hold on. Becky had a good match.
Uh-oh. Yes, I thought she was great in that 5.
It's just funny because I did quite a bit of Becky writing today, and part of it was a subhead titled "Becky with the Bad Offense." So hopefully she doesn't get out of her 2-year funk quite just yet.
Yeah, so you can make a point.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
But it was just way too much Tamina and Lana, and like it wasn't even Lana, even though she was missing kicks. It was Tamina. Tamina's terrible. She's the worst performer on the roster. And this is said with love. I really like. I've always wanted Tamina to be more than what she is, but at a certain point, you have to realize what you're dealing with, and it's not pretty.
Yeah.
So Natalya won, and she's gonna get me and the Nail Mob like real pissed off because she's coming at the glow belt.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yes. She is saying she is disrespecting tradition. That belt is not even 1 year old. What tradition?
Oh, did Naomi respond with that? Because that's really unfortunate. She
didn't. What she said was that she's respecting it and she's adding her own little piece of it. And
is it just me, or is that language from Natalya a little bit coded? Is it just me disrespecting tradition?
See, yeah, you know how I am. My radars will tingle all the time now. Yeah. But it's cool and then like after they had their exchange, here comes Carmilla with the briefcase, and I'm like, can we just have both cash-ins fail? And I know some people are like, right. Well, if they fail, what's the point of the Money in the Bank? Exactly, get rid of it. I've been a strong advocate of getting rid of it for at least 2 years since I've come back to wrestling. Like, they had Dolph Ziggler's moment, and that was great. And even though a bit resentful of it now, Seth Rollins' cash-in at WrestleMania was also great. Mm-hmm. But in the grand scheme of things, I think the Money in the Bank takes away more than it adds. Yeah. That's just because you could be in this multi-person match, you can barely do anything, you can cheat to get the briefcase like Seth Rollins did, then you can cheat to win the title. And I know like heels are supposed to cheat, but it's just like there are strong ways to cheat, and then there are cheap ways to cheat. Yeah. And I think it cheapens a championship, and it just really, fans get sick and tired of seeing somebody getting cheated front, left, and right, and it's like, what's the point? Like, we all know what's going to happen. Somebody else is going to come in, and this person, like, it was ridiculous with JBL, and it's getting to JBL levels with Jinder at this point.
Oh boy, yeah,
it is. And so, like, the plan for SummerSlam, obviously, because the SummerSlam poster. Did you see the SummerSlam poster?
I saw one thing about it, which
giving away fucking things that aren't happening yet.
Yeah.
But basically, the SummerSlam poster has the 4 guys that are going to be in the Universal Championship match. They have Naomi and Natalya, who are facing each other. Then they have, I was going to say Sasha. I'm sorry. They have Bayley and Alexa Bliss, who are facing each other. And then the WWE title match isn't set because they have Cena and Nakamura facing each other next week, which sounds weird, to have the right to face Jinder Mahal for the WWE Championship. But both Cena and Nakamura, now that could be a swerve But like, this has happened before. Before the main event of WrestleMania 31 was announced, there were billboards in New York that had Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns on them.
That's
for
true.
WrestleMania 31. So WWE is not beyond spoiling their matches. So yeah, basically, there's no need to get invested in Cena and Nakamura. It's not going to be a real match, people. So it's going to be some shenanigans, and they're both going to be in, which is just like, why didn't you just do an angle where Cena comes out and challenges Jinder, and then Nakamura comes out and be like, look, I've been undefeated. I just beat the Money in the Bank guy tonight. I think I deserve a shot. And then Daniel Bryan's like, you're both right. You both get a shot. Or something like that. Why go through all of this dream match? I guess for ratings. I get it. Kinda. But like, how many more people are going to watch because of that?
Yeah.
I don't think
that, and also, like, don't they always tell us that ratings don't matter anymore? So, like, what is gonna, like, what is by, like, maybe, 100, 150,000 people, maybe, at top? Like, what's that? Why? What's the point? I don't get it. If ratings don't matter, you know?
Marcel said, Lana and Tamina is a women's prison angle.
Oh, boy.
So is Lana the fish in this game?
Oh, boy. Lordy.
Oh my god, it's killing me. It's killing me. Okay. Let's get back to Battleground.
I was like, I had just made a point, and you're just like, did not speak, and I'm like,
I know,
you just got caught.
But you're right. Ratings don't matter until they do.
Right.
Until it's time to renew. Because they're making a lot of money off those TV deals, so ratings are going to matter eventually.
That's totally like WWE's actual slogan. Like, they say it's like then, now, forever, but it's actually like it doesn't matter until we say so. Like, that's their actual brand philosophy. Like, nothing matters until we tell you it matters, and then it doesn't matter anymore.
Right?
Oh shit.
Okay, so the US title picture, which is kind of weird. I think Kevin Owens got him a title reign that he wasn't supposed to get, because obviously the result at Battleground, it had to have been a mistake, and AJ was supposed to kick out. I don't even get the point of the referee bump, or like,
what? That didn't make any
was he
sense.
trying to bump the referee, or was that
like an accident? Yeah.
But it's kind of obvious that KO wasn't like supposed to win that match. But WWE, they bounced back. They brought Chris Jericho back in, which was a nice surprise. I'm sitting there, and Break the Walls Down comes on. I was like, he's back. But then I was like, wow, they must really love KO versus Jericho, because these two have been feuding all year. Like, okay. But he does have a legitimate claim to the United States Championship. He never got his rematch, so they did a triple threat deal. AJ got the title back. And I think where I personally think it may be going, people have been hinting to it. I think AJ does his thing. I don't know who is going to be in the works for him, but it seems to me like Kevin Owens has been talking about how unfair Shane has been to him. Yeah. So they may think, which if KO gets a Shane McMahon match, people have got to stop, like, poor KO. They're really high. If Shane McMahon is wrestling you in 2017, the company is high on you. So if he gets a Shane McMahon match,
absolutely true.
Just shut up. They love Kevin Owens. There's no way they're putting Shane, who is like, well, what did Vince call him? The Undertaker's most formidable WrestleMania opponent.
Wait,
Like, get
did
the
he
fuck.
actually say that?
He actually said that.
Fuck.
So it's a good sign for KO if he gets that. Um, I don't know how good of a match it'll be, cause and not because of Shane. uh, let's talk about headlocks. I had a theory because I've run out of any of other reasons why. Maybe I'm not saying he does get gassed. I'm saying maybe he does that so he won't get gassed later on in the match, because it seems like he just throws it on out of nowhere. And I don't see what other reason. Like, he puts his head. There's no rhyme or reason for any, like, the match. They have a hot little sequence, and then he takes control of the match and he throws on a headlock, and it's just like, and it's not a working headlock. It's a rest hold because he lays all the fuck the way down when he's doing the headlock, and it's just it takes me out of his matches. As soon as I see it, it's hard for me to get back into it, and I just want to know, what is the purpose? Is he trying? Is he like? Does he think like he's so over? He gets so cheered. People like him so much. This is how
Yeah.
he gets heat by boring the crowd. Which, I mean, it does work, but like, I don't think you should be wanting to bore the crowd during a match. Like, I can see during a promo, if the intention is to bore somebody so that they can like chant boring and like pop when somebody comes out to, confront you or something. But like during a match, I just don't. Especially a match with AJ Styles. Come on now, you don't. Do we really need to resort to that? So I don't know what it is, but he needs to stop. It's getting on my nerves. Oh, okay. What else was on this show? Oh, let's talk about Breezango and the angle that they shot, which we didn't find out who actually has been messing with them, because like they ran a thing and the assistant tried to take credit, and that was funny. And then they got attacked and Fandango got drug off somewhere.
That was dark.
Yes, it was. And I was very intrigued. It's like, oh, this is not just fun and games anymore.
Yeah, there's some shit going on.
Right. And so I don't know who it could be. I hope it's not uh Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, just because it doesn't make it. Why would Luke Harper just automatically get back with Eric Rowan?
Why would they join up together again?
Yeah, he broke free of the Wyatts and he beat Eric Rowan. It's like that would make no sense, but of course that would be like classic WWE. Some people are saying it's possibly sanity.
Which, honestly, like, if that's the case, I'm more excited for Nikki Cross than I am for any of the dude. I'm like, oh my god, we got a top heel. Holy shit!
Right?
Like, that sounds fire. I literally couldn't care less about the rest of the stable. I don't know, it's kind of cute or whatever. Like, I know Sean really digs Alexander Wolf. I don't know if you read his NXT reviews, but he's always putting that guy over. And I'm just like, oh yeah, he's kind of funny or whatever, but yeah, Nikki is the real star there, and boy, do they need a female heel star on SmackDown. So
They with a vengeance.
So badly. Like, if they're gonna do it, just fuck, man, do it. Like, I'm cool with it. And honestly, if Ember's gonna win the title, you know, at Brooklyn, which I still think is going to be the case. I know people are talking about Amber Luger or whatever, but I think that would be way too damaging to Ember to not put the championship on her after running this whole like little angle they've done. So if that's the case, then you know the next person that's going to be chasing is going to be a heel, and then it's like, are you going to do Nikki or are you going to do like the Icons? And it kind of feels like it's Peyton's time to be thrust into that main event picture to get that sort of, you know,
Yeah,
prime
you're right.
spot. And it just kind of feels like that's going to be the time for that, and maybe she wins it in January or something from Ember. But yeah, if you're not going to put the title on Nikki, then call her up because boy, shit, do we need her badly on SmackDown. I just said we. I don't know why I just said we. I still have this thing where it's like
you're
my
still
baby,
a homer,
you know?
yeah.
It's still my baby a little bit, you know.
But yeah, I see. I'm trying to cover everything before we get to the mess, the, the tragedy. Um, okay, let's talk about Mike and Maria Kanellis.
Mm.
Uh, so I don't know, like who they thought they were getting it with Mike Bennett. I really, like. I really don't. Like nobody saw his resume, or they just heard about how good Maria was, and they was just like, okay, just bring your husband too. I'm sure he's just as good. But it's just like, like I don't know where that's going, and I don't see much possibilities of where it could go unless like Maria actually crosses over and becomes a manager in the women's division. But like, there's nobody worth her managing.
Yeah.
In the women's division, so like that's a whole mess, and yeah.
Yeah, she needs more bodies, is what she does, because Mike
Yeah.
is not nearly enough, and then it's the question of which bodies, you know, and there's no real obvious fit or whatever. I saw I think it was Total Divas Eps, the Twitter account, Tumblr account or whatever, that posted a GIF from last night of the Kanellises. I always want to call them the Kanelli, like that's the plural version of Kanellis, but and Aiden English together, and like the caption was like the Revenge of the Drama Club Nerds or something, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cute, but even still, that's like English doesn't really need a manager like that, and you know,
No, he's good on his own, really.
Need someone more of like a little bit further up the card, you know, to have something going on there. So I don't know. I still kind of really like the gimmick. I think Maria is terrific, and I think the presentation is wonderful, but I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna end up doing with them for. I mean, SummerSlam's like 3 weeks away. Is it? Holy shit, that is not far from now. So yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do, if they do anything with them for the card. Maybe it put on the pre-show or something, but we'll find out.
Yeah, but who do they face?
Yeah, that's that's the question. Like, who fucking knows? They just gonna keep beating up Sammy? Like, are they gonna go back to that well again?
Yeah, and it seems like that's, they've done all they can do. Like, I don't know what else they can do. So yeah, we'll see. Well, I guess we can get to the main events, which saw Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal in a Punjabi prison match. It's bad when a wrestling town like Philly doesn't even like they because the name of the show is Process Sucks, and that came from the Trust the Process chants that they were doing, but it wasn't like that was overwhelming. Like, you expect a town like Philly to really shit on a match like that. They cannot see what's going on most of the time. You would expect like the whole match and the show to be super loud, and at that point just pay attention to the crowd. But like Philly, like they were like fuck this. They were selling tickets for the Royal Rumble, and people like shit. We'll just go get tickets for the Rumble and not watch this match. So, and then like the big capper was they dug up the Great Khali and brought him back, like to choke out Randy, and so Jinder won. And then they didn't have the decency to follow it up with having him on SmackDown. Like, if you're gonna bring back, I need to have at least like some kind of messy, rambling promo where he just utters something in a different language for no reason and fails at the direction he's given. Because, like, if you have watched Botchamania, they have a whole like segment dedicated to how much Khali botches. And I don't even get that. I just get like he pops up out of nowhere. Like somebody said, the Punjabi prison is like the Khali summoning chamber. And every time they have a match, he just appears out of nowhere. So that was special. But some people are saying that he was brought back because apparently Jinder's not really doing that well in India. So they brought Khali back to give him the rub. So, I don't know about all of that. It just seemed like a humongous waste of time. Which is like Jinder's whole title run. It seemed like a humongous waste of time. So, hopefully they fix that soon.
And by fix, you mean end?
Yes, absolutely. Cena, Nakamura, I don't care.
Anybody, right? Other than Baron Corbin. Fuck. Shit.
Oh, God.
They're going to do a thing where it's a triple threat, and Corbin will have had a match earlier in the night or whatever, and he'll cash in during the match and pin Jinder, and it'll be like the awfulest thing ever.
Oh, no. No.
I just put that idea out into the universe. I'm sorry.
Oh, that is the darkest timeline. Like, no, not Jinder, not Baron. Like, I don't know when. Yes, I do. I know when I started hating him. When I watched an old NXT episode of Roman Reigns, and I was like, shit. That's the gimmick that he gave Baron Corbin. And I was like, oh, this fucker gets to be a heel and suck at my guy's gimmick. So yeah, that was when I was like, he got called up immediately after WrestleMania last year, and for somebody who has been pushed as consistently as him, he should be way more over as a heel than he is. Like, seriously. And there's been a level of regression with him. Like, I don't know, maybe he works better with smaller guys. Cause I don't know, it just seemed like the match with Sami Zayn was lackluster. His matches with Nakamura have been lackluster, and it's just I am not down with it at all. So overall, I thought SmackDown Live was a good show, but it was like, no, like Road Dogg and some other people were all on Twitter so happy because they had a good show for once, and I'm like, pump your brakes, baby. It was just all right. It wasn't all that. Just calm down for a minute, because we still got this Lana and Tamina problem, and Jinder Mahal is still your champion, and like Kevin Owens is still kind of not giving a fuck. So they got a ways to go, but baby steps, I guess. All right, I think that's all from SmackDown. So we can get to Raw, which you went to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna let you have the floor and talk about your experience.
Oh God. Okay. So Monday Night Raw, as you all are aware of by now, was in Washington D.C. this past Monday, 2 days ago, and for for a very long time, I had no interest in going. Like I was kind of following tickets on StubHub or whatever, but not really that closely. I was just kind of seeing if there's some outrageous deal or whatever, I might hop in on this. Um, and then they made the match, the number one contenders match, and I was like, well, okay, you're working on me a little bit here, but I was still had, as of Monday afternoon, like had no intention of going, and I was just kept checking StubHub, and finally I found this pretty decent seat for I don't know, someone was just trying to get rid of their ticket. I guess they had an extra and they're just trying to sell it. So and StubHub for some reason gave me like a $10 like credit or whatever because I'm a loyal customer or something. So I was just like, you know what? It's a year to the day since Battleground in Washington D.C., which was Bayley's big debut. If Sasha and Bayley are going to have a number one contenders match, I feel like I should be there. And I mean, also Raw has been like kind of good lately. So I was like, all right, there's going to be like Braun's going to be there, Roman's, Joe's. There's going to be some good shit going on probably, in the rest of the show. So I was like, it's not going to be like awful. Like the rest of the show will probably be good. I was just worried about if they were going to do some interference bit in the number one contenders match or whatever. And the show, itself is, I mean, I've been down on WWE and I'm especially still down on SmackDown even after what people say was a good show last night. But Sunday was just such a fucking miserable experience that I just can't even. I've been down on WWE, and so I was just kind of a little hesitant to jump in, but jump in I did because of one Ms. Tanya Rogers, who was out here giving me ideas of like writing prompts to do, like, oh, you could do a whole thing where it's like you're disappointed and like what it's like to be a fan or whatever. And I was like, God damn it. I was like, now I have like a writing prompt, which of course I have not used because the show was actually good, which is funny how it works out that way. But, show started with Angle and I was like, okay, cool. It was fun to chant, you suck. And, live wrestling is always, if you're ever like feeling down on like a wrestling program, I feel like going to a live show, whether it be WWE or like your local Fed or whatever, is always going to pick you back up just a little bit because just the experience of being there is just different, especially if the show is good, which it was on Monday night. But then, Angle is doing his little talk gimmick or whatever, and the way that they had Braun come out, Braun's music is so perfect as like an interruption device because it's literally his like, it's just him roaring. Is he saying Braun or is he just roaring? Either way, it's exactly what it is, and it's kind of like a perfect note to just interrupt somebody on, and that's how they used it really well with Angle. And so he came out and people were hot for him and they're like, big lads, big lad. I started yelling big lads like immediately, like a total geek or whatever. And then Joe came out and people, Joe. And then Roman came out and got hugely booed. And I was just like chanting, Roman, you're really good. I was just like, you're a really good performer. Like not even like cheering him. I was just trying to say like nice things, because everyone else, all the adult males in the crowd were just, oh, boo, whatever, like losing their shit, mad about the guy. And I was just like, you guys are dorks. And so then that brawl happened to start and it was fire. It was great. That was tremendous. And big lads doing big lads things is always going to be great when it's, those three guys, I guess. And so, yeah, triple threat match next week with the trio. And so that's going to be really good. But right after that was Finn Balor versus Elias Sampson in a no disqualification match. And honestly, I was still on like my big lads high. I barely paid attention to this match. I know at the end Bray Wyatt interfered and like Samson won, but I really couldn't tell you much of anything that happened before that match. I also had some weird thing going on in my section, which Tanya knows about, but I don't really want to get into that whole bit. But there were some weird things going on in the audience last night or 2 nights ago. Let's just say that. And then, the show was just kind of ticking along, and it was about like when I realized like Emma had her segment backstage with Angle, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like Emma's, got a spot or whatever. And then he's like, I'm putting you in a match with Nia Jax. And I'm like, oh, that's not a good sign, And so then that, that match happened or whatever. And I was like, well, yeah, of course, that's pretty much entirely a squash. Like it's not a good sign for Emma. And Nia's new finisher is really cool, which is that little like I don't know, somersault senton thing or whatever. That was pretty cool. I was a big fan of that. And then like a couple minutes after that match, I just had like a light bulb go off in my head, and I was like, wait a minute, Nia Jax just had a match. Holy shit, we actually are getting a clean finish in the WWE Contenders match. I was just like, it took me a while for some reason. I don't know, but then I was just like, my brain snapped and I was like, wait, we are getting a finish. Holy shit. And so I got like super popped about that. So I was kind of hyped. And then, I don't know, there's like cruiserweight shit going on. It's hard to remember. Like I can say very safely that I wasn't really bored at any points of the show. Like there's definitely probably like 45 minutes of the show I was kind of checked out for entirely, like throughout the night, whether I was just like doing things on social media or I was just, trying to figure out what was going on in front of me. So it was just weird that the dude sitting in front of me kept pulling up Cage Side Seats' Twitter account. It was very strange. I'll just say that and leave it at that. So I realized we were getting a clean finish. Got pretty hyped for that. And then the match kind of came out, and it kind of came out of nowhere. I was like, I didn't know if it was going to be the main event or if they're going to do the Shield tag or whatever as the main event. It was still kind of up in the air. But, Bayley's music kind of came out of nowhere on us. So, like, her pop, which was kind of muted, and people were like, oh, like, look at that weird reaction. But, like, I had not expected that at all. Like, I don't think there was, like, an up next bit, like, this is coming up after the break or something. So it's just kind of like her music hit, and it's like the crowd wasn't really ready to react. So it was kind of muted. That's how I felt, at least. I don't know. It may have come across... I'm pretty certain it came across on TV as just like people didn't really give a fuck, but you kind of felt like it was like a weird moment, like a surprise, like, oh, like didn't see this coming right now. The match was kind of cool because it had been, we're not going to go into that, Matt. The match had been, it started slowly or whatever. It started slowly, but like right away, like it had been a minute since they had a match. And like even before WrestleMania, when they had a singles match and Sasha tapped Bayley, it was like not quite on, that match was not quite on the level of the match on Monday, because like right away, it was just like, holy shit. They are smooth as, like, Chris Novak tweeted me. He's like, yeah, they are smooth as silk right now. And I was like, it really feels like that. Like, everything is connecting and just, like, beat by beat. It was just working really, really well. And it was one of those things where you could just, like, I was hyped the whole way through, obviously, but you could feel the crowd. Like, being there live, you could feel the crowd slowly, like getting into it a little bit more, minute by minute. And it was just such like it was like an honestly really beautiful wrestling experience. And in terms of like having a crowd be kind of there, and then like, bomb ass performers doing bomb ass things, just like really getting their characters across, and really, really definable a duo going at each other, and it just sort of felt like it just, as it went on, you could just tell like it meant more and more to both the in-ring performers, which then translated to the crowd caring more and more. So it was just really kind of like, it's really hard to describe, but it was just really like beautiful wrestling thing. I kind of like compared it in my head to, it was like a really elongated version or whatever. Like if you're watching a baseball game and someone's having like a really long at bat and having like a 10, 12, 14 pitch at bat or whatever, you know, and like the crowd's getting into it more and more. And like, you can just feel that they're wanting something big to happen. They're wanting something, you know, and then like the guy hits a home run or something and like crowd loses its shit because it had just been building. And then like, it just, the moment happened. And like, once that single moment happens, it's like, oh shit, it's on. Like, you know, we're going to lose. Then like everybody, it just totally washed over the crowd when they did the slap. Sasha slaps Bayley. Bayley slaps Sasha. And they kind of like stand off for like, you know, 5-7 seconds or whatever. And Sasha's kind of like holding their face and they look at each other. And like Bayley has this look on her face that I swear to God, I haven't really seen much of since NXT. And it's this just wonderful look of like uncertainty, but like determination. It's just like peak Bayley kind of. And like, listen to myself. I'm like talking like I'm fucking going nuts here. But like, then they just looked at each other and they got in a hockey fight, and the crowd at that moment on just switched. It was just like, oh shit, things are going down. Like, you know, everybody was into it from that moment on. And then very shortly after, a very long and very loud dueling, you know, let's go Bayley, let's go Sasha chant started. And it was like the biggest reaction like in a match of the night. I'd say even more than the, you know, the main event tag match with the like Shield reunion stuff. It was just such this wonderful, wonderful thing where it built. Like it was just like a random #1 contenders match, like a month before SummerSlam, you know? So there's all kinds of shit they could do in the interim to make it, you know, dumb. Or they could have just had interference on Monday, which would have been, you know, a total deflator. But like minute by minute, it just grew and grew and grew. And the audience just sort of like tuned in more and more and more. And then they just got that hook and it just like hit home. And it was just, oh my God. It was like a point where earlier in the day, before I had bought my tickets, even after I bought my tickets, I'm like, oh God, like they're going to do interference. And if they don't, Bayley's going to like win, you know, win either by Alexa cheating or she's just going to win clean. And then like, it's going to lead to a Sasha turn, which I don't really want to happen or don't really think should happen at this moment in time, or at SummerSlam. So, you know, I was just kind of like down on the whole thing. And then like, just in the course of that match, like even like I felt the finish coming because Sasha never does a frog splash. Like she's done it at WrestleMania and she's done it at like maybe once or twice else. And so when she hit the frog splash, which by the way, her frog splash is not very good. I don't think her body is like the right proportions to like do like the tuck in and tuck out. I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
Let me stop you. Nobody does a good frog splash anymore.
Well, no, I kind of think Owens does all right. But that might just be because he has got a little bit behind it, too. Like, that might be the case. Yeah, so then, you know, the kick out and the roll through. And as soon as Bayley rolled through, I was like, oh, this is the pin. This is the pin. I knew it. And then it happened, and it kind of surprised the crowd a little bit. Like, they popped a little bit. But some people were kind of like, whatever. Because, like, people were like, we could be seeing something classic here if they gave it another, like, 5 minutes or so. Like, it felt like there was definitely a next level to reach, which they deliberately didn't hit, which was, you know, smart because they're trying to build this for the next month or so. But the crowd was just like, oh, man, we could have had, like, a TV match of the year candidate if they just give this 5-6 more minutes, just a little bit extra. But it was, you know, wise for them to cut it off at that point because that's not what WWE was trying to provide, like, and smartly not trying to provide on Monday night. So like, you know, I expected going into the show, I was like, I'm going to be frustrated. Bayley's going to win. Like, I don't want this, blah, 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 even though I really like Bayley. And then after the match that I had just watched, like I couldn't have any complaints. Like I just couldn't. Like there's like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna bitch at that point. I'm gonna bitch like, oh my God, this match was so cool. And it was so cool to be in this crowd to see what honestly felt very, very, very much like the sort of reaction that the crowd had at TakeOver Brooklyn back in 2015. Like the crowd was was definitely more into it, you know, in Brooklyn than they were on Monday night, like to start the match, but just the way it kind of like grew and built and built and built, and like the tension and the emotion and the storytelling just kind of grew and just continued and developed in this really beautiful, organic, natural sense. It really reminded me of that match. And I was just like, how am I supposed to complain about that? You know, like, and it kind of made me think about my own fandom, like, you know, having to give up the review basically because I was just fucking fed up with SmackDown, which I had loved for a very long time, and was, you know, always trying to big up, and kind of felt, even to this day, kind of feel, even after giving up the review, like it's kind of like my brand or whatever. And then they just brought me back. Like they just brought me back. And like you know, there's that like, oh, I thought I was out, and then they bring me back again. But there's like, that line is said with like a little bit of like, I'm upset that they like brought me back, and that's not really the case, because I was just like, I saw that match Monday and I was like, you know what, fucking Tanya, she was right. I was just like, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. And it's just like the way that I had talked you into not giving up after Survivor Series 2015, and then like, you know, a month later you were like, yeah, thank you. I saw this awesome shit in Philly that happened or whatever, and Roman beating the shit out of Triple H's ass the night before at TLC. And
I watched it last night, actually.
Really? Yeah. And it really reminded me of like your reaction to me when I was like, just stick around, just see what's gonna happen here, or whatever. And so like I stuck around and I got that match, and that was just it was a match that like it came across really well on TV, but it's a match that you don't quite get how well it came across unless you were there. And that's true of a lot of things in wrestling, sure, but like those two in combination, and it's not just me like being a complete and total mark for both of them, which I obviously am, but like the crowd, everybody in the crowd was just like a little subdued, and then by the end of it was just fucking like losing their mind. And it was beautiful, and like that was kind of like what wrestling should be. Like it was, I don't know, it kind of like took me out of the moment of watching WWE, like a WWE programming, and I was just kind of just watching and experiencing this, you know, wonderful, weird art form being presented really well. And I don't know, it's just beautiful. Like that's the only real word I have to describe it. It's just like, it was just downright beautiful.
I am smiling so much.
Fuck you. God damn it.
It's like I know WWE will disappoint us, but
right, yes,
the people we love hardly ever do. So I was like,
yep.
At the very least, you're gonna get to see two of your favorites, wrestle each other, and
My experience throughout the night was like a longer version of the crowd's experience in the match, because when the Nia thing clicked for me, I just started getting more and more hyped. I was just like, oh shit. I was like, oh duh. I even like tweeted it. I was like, oh my God, we're actually getting a clean finish. Holy shit. Like I'm losing my fucking mind right now. So that was great. I mean, obviously that was tremendous, and I've got zero complaints, even though I still think the Sasha turn is a mistake. And mostly, I don't think that like Sasha turning necessarily is a mistake. I think it's the lack of quality weekly television that builds to the turn, that has built to the turn. It's like WWE. I actually did a lot of writing about Becky today, as I said, and I kind of put it like WWE holds things in stasis until they decide it's time, you know. And it's like, I wish they would do more and more just on a very small individual weekly basis. Like there are so many Raws where you could have had a 2-minute backstage segment with either Sasha or Bayley, or Sasha and Bayley, or Sasha interacting with somebody else, or Bayley interacting with somebody else, that they just haven't really done to like really set the stage for what is supposed to be a very big moment next month, either at SummerSlam or at Raw the next night. I don't know what's going to happen. I think it might actually happen at SummerSlam now that I think about it, because they'll want to run the angle, and then they'll want Sasha to cut a promo the next night, I think is what's going to happen. That would be my guess right now at this time. But yeah, it was like you said, WWE will disappoint us constantly over and over and over again. They always do. But the performers that we're there for, like the people, our personal draws or whatever, like if they're given a chance to shine, they'll shine, and they'll remind you that why you like this crazy fucking product and crazy fucking company in the first place, And it was just, I don't know. I'm just like gushing over here. It was just wonderful. And I don't know. I just have an immense amount of appreciation. And then the Shield main event, the handicap match, that was great too. When like that kind of built in the same way where like Dean was kind of a little hesitant. And then Seth, like, there was that one moment where everybody, the heel trio was out the ring, and then they both looked at each other, and they're like, we're going to do the dual suicide dive. And it's just like everyone realized what was about to happen. And I fucking popped for it. And I was like screaming, and I didn't even watch the Shield back in the day. I was like, oh my God. I was like loose. As soon as they looked at each other and like started taking that step back towards the back rope, I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh fuck. So that was tremendous. And then Dean walking out at the end, like not doing the fist bump. That was great. And like afterward, I don't know when the like show went off the air, but Seth stayed in the ring for a good 90 seconds after that, holding his fist out alone. Aww. And it was just like, fuck, this is so good right now. This is some good shit. I was just all in, like into that such a big way. So yeah, Raw was great. And I
think somebody had asked, because when they won, Dean hugged him. They were like,
yeah, they hugged.
He would hug him, but he's not going to do the fist bump. And I was like, he forgot who the fuck Seth was for a second.
Yep.
That's what that was.
He was excited and getting into it. And then the idea of the fist bump like popped in his head, and he's like, wait a minute, Right. And that was just such a beautiful character beat. That was really fucking good too. So like there was some really, really good stuff on that show. And I don't even really remember what else happened on the show. I know there was some cruiserweight shit. The Hardys. Had a really weird.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason Jordan. Poor Jason Jordan, by the way. Poor Jason Jordan. His promo got turned on. Boring. It got turned on. The crowd was booing.
What did I say?
Yep.
Vince's favorite. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but is that just because it's Vince's favorite, or because the material is being provided?
No, it's not just because the material that's being provided is because I bet you money Vince is personally
exactly.
Yeah. Just like with Roman.
For sure. But that's not, I don't think that's like a reaction from the audience as like a meta reaction to Vince. I think that's a reaction to the shitty content that Vince is giving Jason,
Yeah. No, it's not yet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's true. Like when people realize it more, but like Monday was a very organic reaction. Cause like, even I was like, this promo is not very good. I was like, this promo is pretty lame. Like it's really not happening.
So boring. It was so boring.
So that happened, and then the other weird thing of the night was a heel-on-heel tag team match in which they turned the club face like 2 seconds before the match, because they came out and they were like, DC is a Good Brothers town. And I was like, I literally said out loud, I was like, did they just turn face? And like this one guy in front of me was like, I think they did. And I was just like, I think we're the only people in this audience that realize that they just turned face just then. Because it was like supposed to be a total like pop the crowd line, and the crowd didn't really know how to react. They were like, okay, like, yeah, we are, but who the fuck are you to say? Lost their shit for the Hardys, but it was unfortunate because the crowd was like, we want Hardys during the tag match because they didn't know who to root for. It was just very, very strange. Like you need the face turn to be done much, on a much larger way than just the way that they did it because it didn't come across. And so it kind of ruined the whole segment. Hardy's got a huge pop. Crowd lost their fucking minds for them. But, yeah, I don't know. That was weird. That was very, very strange how they did that.
What about the, I'm very interested because I'm invested in bad pushes just as I am in good.
Ooh.
How did they react to like the Big Cass and Enzo Big Show stuff?
Oh, fuck. All right.
I know. Were they chanting "casshole" at him?
Yeah, casshole is what they were.
Yeah,
okay. Definitely what they were chanting. Enzo came out and cut a promo, right? I'm trying to remember it. It's hard to remember. I think that was
a little.
But like people don't remember at Battleground last year, Enzo came out and cut a promo with like when it was Enzo Cass, Cena versus the Club in a 6-man. Enzo came out and cut a promo before the match that like you can go back and watch it on the network. Crowd was fucking all into it. Like they're doing the Enzo Amore, right? Like for a really extended period of time. It was honestly maybe his best promo other than like the one he did, the really heartfelt one he cut a couple of weeks ago. But like one of his best, Enzo being Enzo promos like ever. And like it was great. So like I feel like the crowd kind of had that memory for it, like a little institutional memory in the Verizon Center. So they popped big for that. The whole beatdown went on for a very long time. Actually, I gotta confess, I used part of this segment as a bathroom break. When the beatdown kept going on, I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna pop to the bathroom right quick here. I was just like, this is going on far too long. And even when I got back, it was still like they were just cleaning up the mess of it. And I was just like, fucking hell, that went on for a long time and wasn't very good. Yeah.
Okay.
That it went on so long, and so that at least that's how it.
A lot of it
very good
must have been during the commercial because I don't remember him beating him down that much.
It felt like 12 minutes. Like seriously.
I mean, you could go to the bathroom and come back. So yeah, it had to be pretty long.
It was a long, and I had like popped a beer earlier in the night at this show because I was like, fuck it, I'm here. I was just kind of walking around beforehand. And I was like, I don't really have anything to do. I don't really want to go to my seat. So I just saw this one random dude in line for like an empty beer line. I was like, all right, I'll do it. I'll get a flying dog or whatever. So I was just like, I was in the bathroom for a minute, But yeah, it went forever. And it kind of reminded me of how the fact of like the lack of translation in like Cass's physicality or, presence, like it didn't feel very impactful at all, really. And that just kind of like reminded me of, what I had said last December and what you had said when you saw him too.
Was like, because like you have him on the show and then you counteract that with the big lads.
The big lads, event. Right? Yeah.
And like, he's not like even before Braun improved, he still carried himself, like big and larger than life, and Cass just doesn't. It does. I don't know.
He doesn't have it. Yeah.
No, he needs Enzo.
Yeah, I totally agree. It was, and like that definitely proved it again for me last night. I just had a thought pop through my head and then it disappeared, but it'll come back to me. It was a really fun experience and glad I went. And Raw is, I was like tweeting all kinds of shit. I was like, Raw is the Shoot brand now. Oh yeah, that's right. There were a bunch of like really good scripted lines. There was, Dean's I Gotta Watch 4 Guys. Like, that was tremendous, and that got, like, a big reaction in the crowd. Alexa's promo backstage was really good. I really liked that. I thought she was really on point there.
But you know what?
Hmm.
She was calling them team
Gag
gag
reflex.
reflex, and that's
Yeah.
not. And
No,
if I was
honey,
Tasha,
honey.
I would have tweeted, "Well, you and Naya are team no gag reflex."
Oh boy, that was like I miss the shoots. You know, like I miss the fucking shoots. I feel like Sasha was told to like keep it quiet for a minute because she ain't been
Yeah.
shooting, which kind of lends credence to the theory that she is in fact gonna be turning because like having those diss lines on Alexa is a huge face move.
Mm-hmm.
That gets people like really riled up and excited. So kind of keeping her quiet on that. But Braun's line about I just want to pile bodies, that was fucking tremendous. That was a great line. And the Sasha Bailey promo backstage where like Bailey was like, "Oh well, may the best woman win," and Sasha's like, "She will," and I was like, "Oh, cell phone, Sasha, you just owned yourself. Why are you doing that?" Like, of course, which actually was a really wonderful character beat. Like that was a really, really good moment. So I really like that, and there's a couple others that was just like the script seems much better than usual. I don't know what it was, but they must have known I was in the crowd, so they were giving me shit to pop for.
My favorite of the night was
What was
Roman
yours? What was yours?
when he looked at Joe and Brian and he said, "So please tell me what either of you have done since you got here.
Oh
Don't
yeah.
I'll wait." I was like, oh, I love me some
Shit.
Roman now.
I missed
And
that.
then
I missed that. Fuck.
And then Braun was like, "I just want to pile up bodies," and Roman like, "Man, shut up."
Shut up. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, "Yes, this is." I'm telling you, that's my dude. That's my guy.
That SummerSlam. Woo! That's gonna be a main event and a half. That's the problem now that they've hooked me. If they do something really fucking stupid earlier in the night, they've hooked me on the main event though, so I can't fucking leave. I'm just like the second match really pisses right. The second match like infuriates me. I'm just like I can't fucking leave because I got to see the big lads.
To see who's gonna win this match,
right?
I think Braun's gonna win.
You think so?
Just either Braun or Joe going off of Roman reading his resume and asking them what they've done. And Braun's gonna be the same fucking way whenever he shows up. I hope he shows up next week and just interferes in their triple threat.
Yeah, and everybody brawls again. Yeah.
That match is not going to have a winner.
No, absolutely not.
That match is not going to have a
winner. Definitely not.
I think that's all I wanted to extra because I wanted to talk about the feud that's the online feud that's been going on for a while. And it got started again Monday. I don't think you saw it. We were talking about it in the daily. Okay, I don't know if you saw, but I was talking about the crowd in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
So Roman tweeted.
Oh yeah, I saw this tweet. Yeah.
Roman tweeted about he heard the crowd was quiet in Philly. Y'all better bring it the next time we come there. Then hashtag Raw my yard, all this yada yada. So I guess somebody got Cena's ear like, dude, we told you to stalk his Twitter and whenever he tweets something disrespectful, to tweet something back. Because the next day, John Cena said something. First of all, he called Roman a young man. Like he is 50 years old or something. Like he's 8 years older than Roman. Come on, please. Like when people that older than me try to act like they're my elder, I'm like, shut the fuck up. We both grown. Calling me young man. Call him young man. Anyway, he said something about like, if you want the big fight, careful what you ask for. And Roman was like, he said, you're a real tough guy on Twitter. But if you want it, you know where to find me. And then hashtag my yard raw. And I was like, damn. See, that's why I think like those two are gonna meet up at WrestleMania 34. Probably in the main event.
Yeah, you got to figure.
Yeah. And I don't think Cena's retiring, but he's gonna be coming after Roman beats him. He'll be showing up less and less and less. And like, I just don't like some people. The cynical people are like, "Oh, the crowd's just gonna shit on the match." No, they are not. I have yet to see a Roman Reigns match where his opponent is not cheered out of the fucking building. And they're like, "But this is Cena." Like, yeah, they're going to forget that that's Cena. All they get, like, the person, like, the crowds aren't even that loud for Cena anymore. I'm sorry, they're not. That's why he got in his feelings when Roman said the crowd was quiet, because it's the truth. And he knows it. Somebody took his crown of dividing crowds and being polarizing, and it's Roman. So somebody put to that tweet, I don't know who it was, but I love what they said. They were like, Roman is out here attempting murder with ambulances, and Cena is playing plant the motherfucking flag. I was like, yeah, Cena's he's lame. He's a cornball. And it's time for that C Nation to be over with. I'm sorry, kids and Cena fans. The era is over with. It's time for Roman to kill him, and I cannot fucking wait. And I'm not even worried about the promos anymore. Like, that was my biggeth fear, Cena ethering Roman. But I'm not that worried anymore. I think Roman gonna have some stuff up his sleeve. So it's nice to know the WrestleMania main event 6 months in advance.
Right? Yeah. Well, it's nice to know when it's your guy main eventing, huh? Huh?
It is. I don't be like, oh, poor Roman, and why I know why people keep like all these posts. I don't give a fuck. I still don't like him. His character sucks. You stay pressed. Like, honestly, seriously, Jinder's getting the shit pushed out of him. I'm not constantly talking about him because I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck about Jinder Mahal. The most I talk or discuss him is on this show because it's the part, it's the part we got to talk about, and we talk about everything. But I don't tweet about him. I don't post about him on message boards or nothing because he's not on my radar. I don't give a fuck. To me, if you don't give a fuck, you do not discuss and debate and argue about somebody. That's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some people like, hey, this thing I didn't give a shit about before, I still don't give a shit about. Okay, good for you. And so you felt the need to discuss that, or everybody else keeps like. It was a moment where like women's wrestling was talked about ad nauseum, and it's talked about a lot. Well, for a minute there, it was talked about so much that I had to fall the fuck back, and I was just like, I'm just gonna take a break. But I didn't go and be like, I'm so sick and tired of y'all talking about women's wrestling, cause like, what the fuck? This is what we come here to do, to talk to each other and banter about this shit. And if it's something you're not interested in, what the fuck are you interested in? Talk about that. That's all. I swear to God, I don't get why, if you're not a Roman Reigns fan, you have to announce to the world, oh yeah, I think he's a good wrestler, I still don't like him. Who gives a fuck? Seriously, I would like to know, who gives a fuck? I certainly don't. No. He doesn't either. He's still getting paid. So it's just like, if people who take the time out, it's real cool for some reason to shit on Sasha Banks. And that shit pisses me off too. Like y'all stay worried about her. And I always have to put her down to make whatever female wrestler they like look better. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Alexa Bliss is not better. And if you really want to cut down to, she's a talker, and that's it. It's it. She will never, like you explained how that match was pulling the crowd more and more into it. She ain't did that yet in not one of her matches. Not a one.
Yep.
And this is the name of the game. I know you talk people in the building. That's great. But what the fuck are you going to do once they're in the building? This is not called promos or talking. It's called professional wrestling. No matter what Vince wants to call it, sports entertainment still encompasses some kind of sport, doing something with your body, not just your mouth. So
there's some phrasing going on in that last sentence.
Yeah. There are certain shows where people would just pay you to do things with your mouth, but that's not people.
Talk about team gag reflex. I mean, oh,
I was like gag reflex.
Gag reflex.
Like, I don't think you should. I don't think. Let's not do that. Let's not ever mention.
Let's not. Yeah, Lexi been struggling too. She got bantered by Paige on Twitter. Holy shit. Woo.
She did. And like that little video that's going around of her with
that's
the
cute. I like that. Yeah.
I thought it was
it's overdone.
A bit too desperate to me.
I am here for that word. I am here for that word.
Too try-hardy, too cool for school. It's like if you have to try to prove that you're better than somebody that much, you're not better than that person. And it's like, okay, it's enough of talking about, like, and my whole thing is I probably would be cool with it, but what turned on me is when they did the Comic-Con. And okay, understand, I have seen Roman Reigns at Comic-Cons while he's like, you know, he basically feuded with the Authority for like damn near 2 years. So if anybody brought up a question about Seth Rollins, he would reply in character because he's really not supposed to like this guy. And I never saw Seth Rollins whining about somebody respecting him on Twitter or some shit because that's the name of the game. Sometimes you have to keep certain appearances up. So Sasha says what she said. If you have some clackback at her, that's great. But don't be whining about desperation. Then you got your little friend on Twitter doing the same damn thing. But when Emma does it, somebody who has no chance of competing with you, you got all the clapback in the world for her, and your friend Naya, Naya really getting on my nerve with that coattail riding shit. She really is. She does. She rides Alexa's coattails on Twitter. If Alexa tweets about somebody, here she go tweeting them right back behind. Bitch, please. Like, seriously. Don't put this like, oh, we're nice girls. You're jealous. They're jealous of the 4 horsewomen. It's like, okay, Hunter didn't push you the way he pushed him. Like, okay, get over it. It just seems like, and people want to point like it's Sasha that's bitter. Sasha's a 3-time, like she's getting all. Sasha got merch out the ass. Whatever merch Alexa Bliss got ain't shit compared to the merch. Sasha still keep getting merch. She probably getting a new shirt as we speak. So to me, it seems like Alexa is the one that's jealous and desperate, not for the office or for WWE to notice her, but for fans to give her the same kind of love and adulation that they give Sasha. Be as good as Sasha. That's what you gotta do, or stay in your lane. And if you really think about it, when she was a face, she wasn't doing all that well down in NXT. She was boring with nobody checking for her at all. She put on this mean girl persona and grimaced a little bit. She's kind of one note. And we've seen Sasha. Okay, yeah, come at me. She is. And you know how I feel about the mean girl gimmick anyway. That's great if you can do it, but it's like that's one of the easiest tropes that they can slide you in, and you get pigeonholed into this persona, and it's just too one note for me. So it's like after I see you a mean girl and you got the okay, well what else you got? And she ain't shown me much in the ring. She showed me she could be carried by Sasha and Bailey. That's about it. But like her social media presence has turned me off. And then I don't see anything that wows me since cause like SmackDown, I'm sorry, it's the B show, it's a little show that could you when you're doing well over there, you're a big fish in a small pond, and she is no longer that big fish in a small pond. You are on Raw, and she hasn't like other than bury the shit out of Bailey, which like was more the company than her. Like what has she done since she came to Raw? Don't worry, I'll wait.
What a fucking callback! Oh shit! Tremendous.
That's why I love my Emperor.
Oh, that was some good shit right there. I'm fucking popping huge. Woo! Oh man, I tell you, I mean, I co-sign everything you just said for sure. Like
that's my rant for the week.
Totally co-sign. And you know what? I kind of love the psychology that goes into like whether it's greater kayfabe, whether it's a work shoot, whether it's all work, whether it's like mostly shoot. I don't know, but just like it's funny because like. In a way, it's really, I don't know, it's really interesting. It does, I mean, like the Mean Girls thing, it kind of feels like a high school. And like, but not in like a bad way. It feels like there's like a popular group. There's like I don't know, like there's a popular group and like Alexa wants to be the popular group, but like isn't because she's kind of like not really all that great as a person, like in kayfabe, not talking like Lexi Kaufman, so I don't, and like, so like she's, and it's weird because like the Horsewomen as the popular group, as like the women's wrestlers as the popular group, which is definitely how the company has presented them, like very deliberately so, over the last couple of years, like no doubt about it. So it's just kind of funny to see how like Lexi trying to clap back at Sasha and just having literally no ammo to the point where I'm just like, girl, you need some better shit. I'm gonna write you a fucking post. Like, please use some of this, So I don't know, just everything in that dynamic is just really fucking interesting. I don't know what's a work, what's a shoot, or what, but all of it is just really good. And I don't know. They stay pressed, like as you be saying about people, about Roman. Like those two stay pressed, like team Rude or whatever they call themselves. I don't even know. It's been interesting to see. Like, it's just been because they aren't who they aren't the top folks, and that's why like I felt on commentary. Like, because I watched the match back, and on commentary, like the announcers were trying to get Alexa to say which one of them she preferred to face, and all she would offer was this really bland line of like, "It doesn't matter that either of them are going to lose to me." And they kept asking her this question, not because they're stupid and like just wanted to keep asking a question, but because they wanted her to say something. And she wasn't saying something, and it kind of felt like her whole look she had on her face that she kept doing, she was fucking salty as shit because she realized she's losing the title next month, and then it's going to be a huge Bayley-Sasha feud, and she's going to be floating around somewhere trying to do her own thing, and it's just going to be struggling. And that's how it came off to me. I don't know if like I've worked myself into a shoot there, but that's how it really fucking felt. Like she was just like, I'm about to be screwed here by these fucking horsewomen again. And like the best thing is you want her to be screwed by the horsewomen. So I don't know. Maybe WWE has pulled like a really fucking brilliant work here, but everything is definitely coming together in a really nice way, I'll say. Fuck. God damn it. I'm so excited. Tanya, what happened.
Yeah, and the worst thing they could do is keep their belt on Alexa. In my opinion.
Oh my God! Please no.
Because, like, as it's been pointed out, like, okay, I don't know, like, things have gotten topsy-turvy, but the heel's job is to get the face over.
Right.
This is how wrestling has always worked. And she doesn't. She does not. She doesn't do that. In any way. And Sasha, getting in the ring with Sasha gets you over.
Seriously.
I don't even know. Vince may not see her as the woman to put the title on, but he knows what he has in her. Because every time it's time for a big match or to make something feel important, who does he whip out?
Who pulls in? Yeah, who comes in there?
Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
So
my only one complaint I have about Sasha's treatment right now is I would have kind of liked to see her get a babyface run with the title, and I would have liked to see the turn happen as champion, like her getting a little paranoid, because it kind of feels, well, it doesn't kind of feel, they literally are telling basically the same exact story of her, you know, turn in down in NXT. Like can't win, you know, the big one. So eventually just gets frustrated and fucking goes nuts, which they could do something else. It kind of feels like they could do, like, you know, them being friends. Like if they really wanted to run with the friends thing, they could do Sasha, you know, being the champion, and Bayley, and, you know, her putting down all the comers, and Bayley doing like a slow build, kind of like knocking everyone else down out of the way on her way up. And then Bayley would be like, oh, hey, like, I'm here, let's do it. And Sasha would be like, have a little second where she's like, oh, like, I thought we were friends. Like, this is, I thought you knew your place in this relationship, sort of thing, like going on in her head. And then like slowly, like Sasha, like, you know, kind of cheats to win, or like inadvertently cheats to win, and then deliberately cheats to win, and then beats the fuck out of Bayley, you know, and then Bayley like comes back eventually and gets over in the big way. So I that is kind of like, when I complain about Sasha Banks, it's not like I think WWE doesn't understand what, you know, even though I basically tweeted that on Monday night, but it's basically like, I feel like they could be telling this story in a lot more interesting way, and they're kind of not, you know. I don't know.
Another thing I would note is that I had to go back and check, but pretty sure that #1 contenders match longer than all of Alexa's title matches.
Oh yeah, almost certainly.
And that might be another thing that she's talking about. They give her like 6 minutes.
6-minute matches, yeah.
And then Sasha and Bayley get like twice that much time.
Yep. Yeah, they get twice that much time on a random Raw a month before SummerSlam, you know.
So, yeah, but the whole pouting, to me, it's like go big or go home. Just show what you got, or shut the fuck up. Honestly. And I'm at that point with Alexa. Show what you got, or shut the fuck up. Really. Because your gift of gab only gets you over. And I didn't like that shit with AJ Lee, so I'm not going to like it with her either.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Is there... Oh, yeah, let's talk about how Lana had a fucking meltdown.
Holy shit. I saw that. Holy hell.
Woo. Sam, come get your wife. Come get her, please. So she got You Can't Wrestle chance last night.
Which, I love that Richmond crowd. That Richmond crowd, I swear to God, is one of my favorite crowds in the country. That was the crowd for the Backlash pay-per-view in 2016 when Becky won and Slater and Rhino won and AJ Styles won the title. And like the crowd was just, it felt like the perfect wrestling crowd. It really did to me. And for every time they're back in Richmond, it feels like that, you know?
That was the crowd that booed Dean Ambrose against
Yeah. I got to put over these mid-Atlantic crowds, these fucking DC, Virginia, Maryland crowds. Baltimore's always a great crowd. There's just some good fucking fans over here. Fuck your Northeast bullshit. Like,
right.
fuck your Chicago and all that.
But they're only goddamn good, those crowds.
We're just into this fucking professional wrestling. Boy, look, listen to me right now. I'm so frustrated how excited I am.
So, okay. Some people are like, well, she kept using ravishing, so that means she was in character.
No.
Okay, because I gotta say, Roman has come at fans before too. He has tweeted, but it's like maybe one tweet, two tweets here and there. He bored. He got shit up. She tweeted like 6 to 9 times at different people. Cause you the pathetic villagers, and I'm still ravishing, and all this and that. Listen, I don't want to read into people's personal life, but I know if my husband did not even, if he let me go out on TV and I had my kick pads on the wrong leg, I would be mad at him. Cause like, didn't you give your wife a look over? Don't you care? I guess he ain't like Daniel Bryan and John Cena. Want to help they women improve in the ring. Do you work out with her? Do you give her pointers? Do you give her tips? Or are you too busy tweeting and complaining on Twitter too? Like, I don't know. But if it was me and like I realized I got the wrong kick pads on and nobody told me, I would be pissed off at my husband, especially if he saw me after I was dressed and he didn't notice it either. I'd be like, what the hell you here for? Like, we supposed to be helping each other out in this. Where's the love? Where's the communication? Don't you care? That's probably why she got to steal his phone and tweet. Lord, she is a hot mess. I can't even be mad at it. It's just funny.
Right? Seriously. What is there to be upset about? It's just kind of entertaining at this point. She's so gotten to.
She is so gotten to. Like, but this is a monster of your own making. Because when you first came to that company, you took shortcuts to get to the main roster faster. You did not. First, she was getting paid more than the other girls in development, so she made up some. And I don't. This is not rumors or whatever. It was out there. She was supposed to have some kind of condition where she could not take bumps, which I was skeptical of when I heard it back in like 2014. She's taking bumps now, so maybe that condition just it was a miracle and it cleared up whatever this unnamed condition was, because she's certainly taking them now. See what it is that she didn't realize that these women that she thought she was leaving in the dust in Paige, Sasha, Charlotte, I don't even know if Becky was there, but I know Bailey was there. All these women that she thought she was leaving in the dust in developmental and I'm going up to the main roster, they were down in NXT making women's wrestling matter. So they ended up catching up with her ass because they actually buckled down and did the fucking work required. And now just being pretty is not what it do. Yes, management will notice you, and I'm sure guys like Kevin Dunn and Mark Carrano love the crack of your ass, but that's not gonna get you paid in this business. It's not. And you're a woman. You're way more disposable than any man on the roster. That's just the truth. And if she could come out there and not be delivering if she was making them some money. Where is Lana? Did Lana ain't got no merchandise? Where are the views for like? Do the views spike now that she's on TV?
No.
When she was in a feud where the views were spiking, she decided to kill that.
Yeah.
See, so all her little tricks came back to bite her in the ass, and she ain't got nobody to blame but herself for the situation she is in. If like, and I watch her sometimes, and that character can get heat if it's played right.
Yeah.
And if she had to buckle down and actually learn and actually train, maybe, because I mean, I don't think she's like god awful. I don't. I just think she's really green and inexperienced, but like, I don't know if the ship has sailed. But her attitude, like, that ship has sailed with a lot of people, and she's not gonna win them back unless she come out and start like wrestling great overnight. And it don't look like her husband helping her in that endeavor. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just funny to me. Like, sometimes shortcuts will get you what you want, but sometimes shortcuts they come back to bite you in the ass. And I think this is what we call chickens coming home to roost. It is. I guess she thought she was gonna Eva Marie this shit, but like, to be honest, Eva Marie didn't really. She just was going along with it. If you watch Total Divas, Eva Marie actually wanted to wrestle, and she was upset that like she did all this training because like they just put her out there. And I think some of it was like some of those executives, like the guys I named, pushed her in the front of the line. I've heard no stories about her pulling any kind of stunts to get up on the main roster. They pushed her into the front of the line, and so she got this entitled attitude. And then when they were like, oh, then the other women coming up and they're actually wrestling, and they're actually getting attention. It's like, oh shit, now I gotta fucking learn how to wrestle. So she tried to do that, but it's like once you develop that certain reputation, and then like she's not like Lana's way more athletic than Eva Marie is. She is, and I think she takes bump better.
Yeah.
Eva Marie was out of position for a lot of stuff. Doesn't seem like Lana's out of position when she's in the ring. So she gets it, but once you get that scarlet letter on you, it is hard for it to get off of fans. And it's just being a pretty face, it just is not going to. And all I can say for the girl is keep hunkering down. And if you really want to succeed in this business, keep going for it. I'm the type of person, I will always, if you improve and I see you're improving, even if I don't like you, I'll give you your props. Even if you do something entertaining, I'm going to say it's entertaining. So I don't think she's completely hopeless just yet, but that attitude, I'm leaning more towards hopeless than not, to where she might be getting released soon. People are like, well, they're not going to release Lana. Rusev's there. Shit, they can release his ass too. All these people they got in the PC coming up, all these new signings they got, they really don't need either one of them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and it's especially if the stories are true about her like having kind of a big contract. Like if they're still paying her more money for not a whole lot of value, then kind of more trouble than she's worth, maybe. I don't know. Whew! We fucking talked some tonight.
Yes, we did.
It's a bummer. It's a bummer that I'm this into wrestling again. I'm very upset. I'm totally coming across sarcastically, but 50% of that is actually true. I mean, I'm still killing my cable once this bill cycle ends. Like it's still happening. So I'm not actually going to be watching the shows unless something really important is happening and I need to throw up a stream, somewhere.
But don't really have to watch the week to week.
You don't, exactly. You don't have to watch weekly TV. I will probably like the product far more if I'm not watching every segment and being like, this is how they should have done it better, which is kind of on me being like an arrogant shithead, which you and I, said on Twitter or whatever, we're both arrogant shitheads in that we think we can do it. We can tell these stories better, but like, I think it'll kind of give me a little bit of zen, like a little distance where I don't have to look at shit and be like, this is fucking dumb. This is fucking dumb. This is all right. This is fucking, So, which is kind of another reason why I was kind of very okay with dropping the review, because it kind of turned me, you were saying, it kind of turns you into a different sort of fan,
Yes, it does.
And it wasn't really the sort of fan I wanted to be, So I don't know. It just kind of feels like there's like a weight off of my chest now that I don't have to be thinking in that critical sense. Not that I won't think in that critical sense, but that it's like a requirement, I can appreciate it more, just a little bit more. So kind of looking forward to that quite a bit.
And for me, I think I just had an epiphany. I don't know when it happened. Kind of around like when Roman got suspended. I was just like, you know what? As long as he does cool stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, I tried that because I've been kind of pissed about his feud with Braun up until recently, because I was like, just getting the shit beat out of him every week. But yeah, he started doing cool shit, and I'm like, oh, back on board. So I get it. As long as my favorites get to do cool shit, I'm good. So this wins and losses really have stopped mattering to me, because this is all predetermined. So just give me something cool, and like whoever beats them, like let it be for a reason, not this arbitrary shit like Alicia Fox beating Sasha for no fucking good damn reason.
Yeah.
I mean, it led to nothing.
Right.
So don't do shit like that. Like, don't. That's all.
Yeah.
Did you see that cartoon, the comic strip with Bray Wyatt trying to get Sasha to join the Wyatt family?
Okay. All right. That comic strip. Did you see the bit in that comic that was even more a little eyebrow raising than the Wyatt stuff?
No.
There's a panel. Hold on, I'm gonna throw this into the thread real quick. There's a panel in this comic where, I don't have the full context for it because it's just the one thing, but it's like Sasha and Ambrose are eating like together, and Dean Ambrose has a line about what does he say? Hold on. I'm going to find this. He says something about like, oh, like everybody needs a big piece of meat or something like that. What? And it's just, yes, I swear to God, this is true. So I can't find it right now, but it is definitely a thing in this comic strip. And I was just like, what the fuck is, what the hell is this shit?
See, when Bray was talking about big plans for the family, my mind was like, is he talking about getting Sasha pregnant?
Oh, I didn't even think of it that way. That is absolutely what it was about, though.
That's where my mind went.
What the
off
fuck
the real,
is
like,
this comic?
We all know Bray like him a little chocolate.
Oh, I found it. Okay. All right, I'm going to post this. Everybody has to fucking look at this shit that I'm about to post just now. I'm going to read it real fast just before it shows up, though. This is insane. All right, Dean, I feel like you ordered that just to spite me. Sasha, I was never eating a giant pile. I can't even. I was never eating a giant pile of meat, Dean. Nobody needs a giant pile of meat. Dean, try this. Sasha, why? Dean, because sometimes you got to go a little crazy to get out of your own way. Sasha, fine. Sasha, OMG, as she's eating the whatever, beef sausage or whatever. It says boom in big letters under it. And then the next little clip is Dean. And everybody needs a giant pile of meat with like a wink, with like a head tilted face with a smile, and everybody in italics and bolded. And it's just like, what the fuck is this shit?
Oh my god!
I don't understand. This is like softcore fucking porn in this comic strip. I swear to fucking God.
Okay, so
It's
where can I get coming?
Right? This is insane. I cannot believe this shit. Like, this is like an official WWE like product. Like, they've officially endorsed this. What the fuck?
Alrighty then.
It has to be seen to be believed. It really does.
Okay, see, I haven't seen them. I'm pull it up.
Oh my god. It's just...
Oh my god! Oh my god! It's like a sausage in her face. Yes. Oh my god! Oh my god!
What the fuck is this?
I'm too young for this.
Ah!
Boss need meat.
Oh, what the hell is this?
Oh, who did this?
I don't know. It's the most insane thing. Why
are these men trying to fuck Sasha in this comic?
This is one of the most absurd things I've ever seen, like the branded WWE. I just don't. I don't know. It's
oh my god.
Everybody's trying to get in Sasha's pants in this fucking comic book. That's literally what it is.
That's what it looks like.
Right?
It's Sasha of all people. Maybe this is Vince is like, hey, maybe I can market her.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Shit.
Oh my god. I have seen it all today.
I can't. I've got literal tears. I'm crying. I just can't. Everybody needs a giant pile of meat. The fuck?
Let's put in a fabricated relationship between Sasha and Dean. Why those two though?
I don't know. But it's Bray's too. Like, everybody's trying to pull it. He's fucking Bray's got his like big eyes looking at her and like his hands on the back of her chair being all creepy and shit. The fuck?
I need this in my life.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck this actually is, but
this is crazy. Okay, let's say yeah, before we get out of here, let's just hope Becky gets better soon, because it's been reported.
Is it like actually a shoot? That's a bummer, man.
I think so. They said Dave Meltzer reported it, but I've been on Twitter.
Dave Meltzer doesn't know shit anymore. He's got nothing.
But see, people say he reports stuff, but I've been on Twitter all day, and I follow him on Twitter, and I didn't see him reporting it. So I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe he did it on his show. But they said, apparently, he said she's going to be out for a month with a knee injury.
That sucks.
Yeah. But they weren't going to give her shit at SummerSlam anyway, so. It sucks she missing a check if she was going to be on the show.
Right.
But
yeah.
Not even sure if she was going to be on the show, so. Is there anything else in the world of wrestling to talk about?
I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it. We covered a lot of shit. We got through. Fuck. But why did Battleground happen? I'm just like, why did that happen? Ooh,
that whole show.
They do not need. They do
All
not
these
need to have all these pay-per-views. It's too many. It's
what
too
they should
many.
do is like, okay, January they had a Royal Rumble. Then February, either Raw or SmackDown has a pay-per-view, not both of them. March, either Raw or then the next March, the next brand has a pay-per-view. April, WrestleMania, that's it. May, whoever didn't get one the last time, they get one now. You know, just switch out months where it's not the big four pay-per-views. Because both brands don't need these pay-per-views. It's too much. It's oversaturation. It is. It really is. And like, I'm gonna tell you right now, like I can remember things that happened in certain matches between certain people, but I don't know if it was like with Roman and Braun, certain things. I don't know if it happened at the Fast Lane or the Payback or the Great Balls of Fire match. It's just like it just ends up where people wrestle each other for super long, and it's like you gotta hold off and wait to this show. No, 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 it's too many pay-per-views. It's too many.
Yeah.
And it probably would be better served with condensing the tag teams on one show and the women on another. But yeah, they're not gonna do that. So
No. Yeah. There's too many issues with that.
yeah. So I guess that's all for this week.
Yeah. Yeah. This has been another edition of Wednesday Night Shooting. We have shot some shots tonight. That's for sure. That is for fucking sure. Boy. So yeah, always a reminder, if there's a wrestling show that you can go to and just kind of experience and fall in love with wrestling all over again, you should definitely go ahead and do that if that works out for you logistically. And other than that, you can just go hug yourselves.
Bye bye.